Good morning, Albuquerque. It is Tuesday, August 22nd. I am Fred Slow. Alongside me, Van Nunley.
Hi, guys.
Van, the Earth did last night survive the solar eclipse.
Yay.
But you know what didn't survive?
The lizard man.
Welcome to The Claim on ProView Sports Channel 26. The Claim, Albuquerque, New Mexico's newest sports program, starring Fred Slow and Van Nunley. Hang on. In the next 30 minutes, you'll get caught up on what's important, what's happening, and what you should know in the world of sports. Stay tuned. It's time for The Claim.
Hashtag Make America Lizard Man Again. The eclipse came and went yesterday. In my opinion, relatively uneventful. But tell that to my optometrist. I feel like optometrists get a lot of business after the eclipse.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to test the water no matter what.
Right?
My dog's fine.
Hey, what could have gone wrong?
You know what dogs have?
What's that?
A rich history of not staring at the sun. You think a bunch of people actually brought their dogs inside like, oh, my dog's going to stare at the eclipse?
Urban legend,
okay.
Wives' tale. What is that called when locally you have like a thing that's like...
By the way, I'm wearing a black shirt again. Completely different black shirt, I promise.
Not true.
I have multiple black shirts.
Like an urban legend. That's what I'm trying to come up with.
I'm the Johnny Cash of social work and local sports talk shows.
A dog would recognize your shirt as black because they're colorblind.
The shirt is black, not.
They're not color. It's like a mono. They see in a mono.
Yeah.
Not black and white, but a mono.
They see in sepia.
What is that?
I read, like the old-timey Western, like light brown color.
I don't speak sepia. Spanish. What was it in what?
Sepia.
Sepia. To relieve yourself standing up.
Is that called a sepia?
I think it is. As the eclipse crossed past the face of the Earth today, or according to flat earthers,
yesterday,
nothing happened. As that occurred yesterday, Van, the lizard men became available by plain sight for a brief moment. So if you had suspected that your neighbor was a lizard man, he was exposed to you. So
I didn't see a single lizard man yesterday, and I'm wildly disappointed.
You had to be in the right spot. And like I said, here it's 73 to 75% visibility. And, you know, maybe God hates Albuquerque. Overcast yesterday.
Boo.
Overcast. Unfair.
Boo.
All these kids had days off school.
I don't know, like, they gave the guys at McDonald's like 4 minutes off to walk outside.
Is that real?
Cloudy. Yeah. Yeah, McDonald's corporate is supposed to like let people walk outside.
Does Ronald know about this?
I doubt it. He's a fictional character, so probably not. Every
minute that I spend at McDonald's is the longest minute of my life.
Really? That's why I don't go to McDonald's.
No, I go into McDonald's, and
there's a bunch of reasons not to go to McDonald's.
No, well, there's a ton of them.
Unless they want to sponsor the show, then you should totally go to McDonald's.
I would wear the golden arches prominently for the right amount of money.
That's a very McDonald's red you're wearing.
This
is it for the Lobos? Lobo red?
It is not.
It's not?
No, for years I frequent in.
Yes.
Oh, yes, go Lobos.
Yeah, see, there you go. That's better.
Lobo, Spanish for wolf.
Is that true?
Might be Native American for wolf.
I didn't know that.
I think that's a fact.
It's a fact. Of course it's a fact.
I was in Santa Fe this past weekend.
Okay.
And they have these markets.
Yes.
Okay. And
a lot of places have markets, Fred.
No.
Okay.
This market in Santa Fe, by the way, I'm new to New Mexico.
New in town. New guy.
New in town.
Hey, Fred. Everybody welcome Fred.
At this market, you could go into one vendor.
Yes.
And you could buy a blanket that was blue, white, and green.
Okay.
And it looked to maybe be...
like a native pattern, like a native blanket.
Yeah. It had an
Indian blanket? Can you say Indian blanket?
Algonquin.
Algonquin? That's way far away.
Milwaukee. So what it was...
This is Pueblo.
Yes.
Pueblo.
So that's absolutely what it was.
Pueblo.
And you go in there and you say, I want the blue one with white and green, or I want the white one with green and blue. Or if you guys have a green one with blue and white, like any of those would work. Well, they don't have necessarily, don't worry though.
They don't have those colors.
Don't worry. There's 50 more of the exact same store at this market where you can get the exact same blanket.
I kind of feel like the first time you went shopping was yesterday.
No, it was unreal to me.
Yeah?
You could pull, it was Sunday, not yesterday.
Oh, sorry.
You could pull All right, there was hoodies that were made like coarse, uncomfortable blankets.
Yeah, aren't those crazy?
And people were like...
Ponchos. They're huge here, ponchos.
They were like going through them like, oh, I'm going to, like, this one I feel like will irritate my skin
They were
less.
super cool when I was in middle school. Ponchos. Is this what we're supposed to be talking about today?
Yeah, no, if I get in middle school...
Is this what we're doing today?
If you're going inlines and you think you're going to take a fall...
For sure. That's exactly the look. Poncho, Jinkos, rollerblades.
I don't...
That's the magic formula.
Okay, you're in Santa Fe. And you go to your local bank or credit union and you say, I got a business plan that will blow you away. I need an investor. And you say, I'm going to do exactly what every other retail store in the city is doing.
But way better.
Give me the money.
Blankets and jewelry.
This is Santa Fe in a nutshell, what I just described.
Okay.
From my very limited exposure to it.
You're not winning any fans right now bagging on Santa Fe. I want you to know that.
I don't hate it.
You're anti-Santa Fe.
Yeah, I am now.
As we know last week, you're anti-mom. You're anti-blankets, apparently. And mild to McDonald's.
Let me talk to you about microfibers.
You're McDonald neutral.
When I go, I have a hot McDonald's fry is the best snack food you can put into your mouth.
False.
Okay. A fresh out the fryer, lightly salted McDonald's fry.
Well, number one, that'll burn you. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it is an orgasm in the mouth, man. It is about as good as it can get.
I'm going to strongly disagree with you right now.
If you believe that the earth is flat, just like 24% of Americans do, also Donald Trump's approval rating, then...
Ooh, nice. Those numbers are the same.
You do not believe that the eclipse even occurred yesterday. If you did not see a lizard man, you were not looking. The noble Sasquatch...
Oh, Sam Squanch.
...was not murdered and put on display the way I hoped he had. That's where a line right needs to come together. You get an actual cause... You want to go and shake up the streets of Charlottesville? Cool. That's boring to me.
Yeah.
You want to go on a hunt for the noble Sasquatch?
Yeah.
During the only time that he's visible?
Have the tiki torches serve a purpose.
Yeah.
Like to find Sasquatch.
Are none of them familiar with Frankenstein? You chase a monster with torches.
Duh.
And then eventually it kills itself.
You know what wasn't in Virginia? Monsters.
Because,
the tiki torch to monster ratio was way on the tiki torch side.
I am going to side that it was a coincidence, but you're going to tell me cause and effect.
Pre-clandestine.
The more pro-right, violent.
We're going with this?
No, we're not.
Let's not do this.
Zero monsters.
Do this.
Thanks to
Sasquatch. No Sasquatch.
the Lakota tribe.
You ever wonder what Sasquatch looks like if you shave him?
I absolutely wonder that.
What do you think he looks like?
Okay, you know, as you're a former athlete and you age and you lose like the Adonis of your body.
I wouldn't know that. I'm an elite level athlete.
And then gravity captures you and brings you to the ground.
I don't know anything about that. Sorry.
I think it's similar to that. It's a prune with less color. A prune.
Gravity affected prune.
When we come back from the break.
More of this stuff. This was really good.
It's a TV Tuesday here on The Claim. Normally give you sports, but instead we're going to give you the breakdown of this Sunday's episode of Game of Thrones and why I feel it was the best episode on the best show that I've ever seen.
That was good.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Gecko's Bar and Tapas, a proud supporter of ProView Networks. It's been a fan favorite spot for food lovers and sports fans. With not one, but two great locations, including outdoor patio, an atmosphere you won't want to miss. Geckos, off Academy and in Nob Hill.
What do these interns even do on their break, man?
I don't even know. It's probably way too crazy.
Football's back right here on ProView Sports Network. All the best rivalries, all the best action, every game on ProView Sports Network, Comcast 26, and the game of the week on My 50 TV. VR Junkies is a virtual reality arcade. We specialize in all things VR, from the simple phone-based headsets to cutting-edge full-body motion systems. Check us out at the Coronado Mall. VR Junkies. Our interns here at ProView Sports Network get pretty competitive. Rivalries are real. So with the big matchup between the El Dorado Eagles and the La Cueva Bears, time to make my pick here on the ProView Rundown. I'm going to go with the El Dorado Eagles. You know, I'm going to change my decision, and I'm going to go with the La Cueva Bears. They're feeling it. All right, hey, calm down. Guys, you do it every time. This is ridiculous. You know what? I'm going to be in makeup. Football's back right here on ProView Sports Network. All the best rivalries, all the best action, every game on ProView Sports Network, Comcast 26, and the game of the week on My 50 TV.
So that's why I don't use group text anymore.
As you shouldn't.
No. Welcome back to The Claim. Sunday night is my favorite night of television. Of course, as we mentioned yesterday, I watched SummerSlam, which preempted my viewing of the Game of Thrones. And then you text me at or near after a normal hour to ask me about Game of Thrones. So we will give it to you on a Tuesday, TV Tuesday. In your opinion, Van, was it the greatest Game of Thrones episode to date?
Yes, 100% the best ever. It was an emotional roller coaster, and it's Tuesday morning, and I'm still not okay. I'm still not okay with it.
How many times have you watched it?
Twice.
Give me a rundown. What happened in episode 7 of season 7 of Game of Thrones?
Oh, we want to just go like with the blockbuster stuff?
I want you to tell the story.
The friggin' White Walker's got a dragon, man.
Okay.
The White Walkers have a dragon.
Spoiler alert.
R.I.P. Drogon.
Jon Snow had taken his...
Pour out a little tea for my homie Drogon.
Jon Snow had taken his courageous band of misfits, his motley crew.
The Unmagnificent Seven.
Yes.
Magnificent.
Took them into the Great White North, which also, side note,
is basically Canada. They just went to Canada.
They were in Canada.
They went to Canada.
And Westeros has gotten a lot smaller this season.
Yeah, you can fly across Westeros so fast now.
Yeah, people are getting around flat Earth. So as they go to...
Fake news.
So they go into the Wild Beyond, and in the Wild Beyond, Canada. Jon Snow and his band of Albertians are taking on the White Walkers.
Basically the A-team. They're the A-team in animal skins.
They're going to capture one of them. Plot twist, just like in vampires, if you kill the one that made them, you kill them all.
That's pretty cool. That's a good twist.
So after the slaying of, I'm going to guess a prominent one, or...
He was a good one, and they just started dropping.
Yeah, so that's a major story arc.
Dropping like blue-eyed flies.
They then capture one of the whites.
White Walkers.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
White Walkers.
They put the white in chains.
Snow zombies.
And then as they're trying to make an escape, they cannot.
No, they can't. Yeah, and it gets really exciting, and it's like 30,000 against 7.
The Battle of Thermopylae occurs in Canada as Jon Snow and his band of merry men are caught up, posted up, fortified up at the lone rock in the middle of a giant lake.
Yeah, the high ground in the middle of a frozen lake.
Right.
And the hound, in classic idiot hound fashion,
Yeah.
chunks of stone up to all of the snow zombies, and they figure out, hey, we can walk on this. Mm-hmm. And they converge on the unmagnificent Seven.
As far as being produced, one of those beautiful things you'll ever see, Strong Blues, Vivid. Vivid Blues
Yes,
on my HDTV.
very, very blue. Dabba-dee, dabba-die.
So our heroes start falling victim to the White Walkers, and a battle ensues. And just as you think all is lost, Van,
Who shows up?
our main heroine, love heroine,
Mainline heroine.
There's some side heroine you can do that's good in the story, but your mainline heroine, she swoops in with her trio of dragons.
Them beautiful, beautiful giant lizard men that can fly.
She kills.
That's what the solar eclipse exposed, was the dragons, not lizard men. Am I making an indirect correlation here?
Yeah, I'm not really following
this
one.
This isn't a good comparison.
So the dragons come in to kill the White Walkers, and as they kill all of the White Walkers, saving our heroes.
Yay!
Every war is a casualty.
Yes. Drogon. I'm not okay just thinking about it.
The dragon son of our mainline heroine, Khaleesi, falls in battle.
To a ice spear. Which is like a perfect toss, too.
Javelin.
I was like, no way. No way. He does not look like an elite level athlete.
Yeah, thrown with velocity.
He didn't even stretch.
Didn't
you know
have
how
to.
hard it is to throw a javelin?
Okay, do you see a king cobra stretch before it strikes? Does the lion stretch before it strikes?
The Rock stretches.
The Rock says.
The Rock has to stretch.
As the White Walkers take down this dragon, our heroes escape, and I need a breather at this point.
Okay.
Side quest.
Ooh. We talking Arya Sansa?
There you go.
Oh,
Paint
man.
a picture here for
That
me.
was my scene right there.
Give it to me.
So, Arya, the toughest little bad girl in the universe.
Cannot gauge her age.
Basically, she breaks it down to Sansa, like, you're out like drinking wine and like eating grapes the whole time,
Right.
and I was like ripping people's faces off, and you can't even like stop sending a tweet for a second to like save your dad.
None of those things
no.
were exaggeration.
No.
No.
It's exactly how it happened. But I just shoved it all in a tiny little box.
Arya exposed, in Arya's opinion, her sister Sansa.
By the way, sending a raven, that's called a tweet now. It's a tweet on Game of Thrones. They're tweeting.
Because it's a bird?
Doing. It's a bird.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
So she DMs her brother. Right. Everyone in the Stark family is dead, except for Arya Stark and Sansa Stark.
And Bran.
And Bran Stark.
Bran Stark.
Who no longer identifies as Bran Stark. He's Pan Stark.
He's the three-eyed raven now.
Because he is
he wasn't in that episode.
That's fine.
It was an amazing episode without him.
Yeah, him and Sam have a lot in common. You take those storylines away, and I'm dialed in.
Dude, I'm a big Sam guy. That's not fair. If you don't got Sam, you don't got Gilly.
Gilly is a 10.
Yeah.
She's dressed down for the program.
For sure. She's a looker, IRL.
Does Arya kill Sansa in next week's season finale?
Well, she could take her face and still kind of like let her be alive at the same time. I'm going to say no, though. I think she's still got some family allegiance underneath that murderous facade she has.
Not a facade. She's legitimately...
She's literally Stone Cold Killer.
Yeah.
Who wears people's faces. Which is my favorite storyline of the whole thing.
If your sister... who
Dude, like that 90 seconds, like where they were face to face.
Yeah.
And she basically said, don't cross me or I'm going to murder you and wear your face.
Yes.
That's the best 90 seconds in 7 seasons.
If someone who is known to murder and wear faces tells you that they will murder you and wear your face, that's not hyperbole.
You're going to be like, oh, I have a bunch of guards. You're like, no, don't wear my face.
Right.
It hurts.
What does your guard look like? Does he have a face? Because as I have pointed out to you,
I can murder him and wear his face too.
Yes, there's no one whose face is not available to me
some dude's like, oh, I got a flaming sword. And someone's like, oh, I got a big hammer.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I wear people's faces.
Right.
I win.
You don't know.
I win.
I'm actually the John Travolta of. Sorry. I'm actually the Nicolas Cage. Sorry. I'm actually the Nicolas Cage as John Travolta of.
Hey, speaking of Nicolas Cage, did you see that he's got to turn back that skull back to Mongolia? He like found a dragon skull and paid $1 million for it or something. I'm paraphrasing. That's not the real story. You didn't see that?
The Piasa bird, creature of myth from the St. Louis region.
Okay. Head
of a man, body of a lion.
You're describing me right now.
Flew the cliffs, the bluffs of the Mississippi River.
Uncle Cliff's amusement park? Have you been there yet? That's an Albuquerque thing you need to do.
I'm 6'6", 260. I don't fit in roller coasters.
Oh, you're too tall to ride.
I'm too big.
That's not fair.
My torso, it's too big.
They're small roller coasters too.
Are they?
Yeah. They're like Uncle Cliff's is like made like in the 50s, I think, and they haven't upgraded it.
In my wallet, I have my season pass to Six Flags over Mid-America, which is not here.
You had a call back to home. You had to go St. Louis on us.
Eureka, Missouri.
Eureka.
Check it out.
Never heard of it.
It's nice. When you get there, well, at least kids in a car, they say we're here, and then the kids say,
St. Louis.
Eureka.
No?
Which is what you say when you strike for gold. We both had our fantasy football drafts this past weekend, Van. My team is better than yours.
Just barely.
And we're going to pit our rosters against each other well, it would be a fantasy. It would be a fantasy for us to do that.
Fantasy of fantasy.
When we come back
Double fantasy.
The Claim.
It's a John Lennon album.
Ladera Golf Course. Opened in 1980, Ladera features a full 18 including spacious greens, a large driving range, roomy practice putting greens, and 4 large lakes. Surrounding Ladera, beautiful views of the Sandia Mountains to the east and volcanoes to the west. Ladera is a challenging city-owned course with the longest playing yardage of any other city courses. For weekend tee times and more information, call 505-836-4449.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, # life change will occur.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Altitude Sports Grill is where Albuquerque's sports fans won't miss a game. With locally crafted brews on tap and refreshingly crisp cocktails. Located in Hotel Cascada, Albuquerque residents find a staycation worth staying for. Catching Lobo sports, enjoying a beer on the beach, or wiping out, Hotel Cascada is home to your urban adventure. Affordable guest rooms, no-hassle water park parties, and much more.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
So after that, I stopped calling people by initials only because the confusion doesn't allow me to go back into that supermarket.
T, why did you do that, Hilton?
Fantasy football drafts are upon us, man. This past weekend, you selected your team in a how many team league?
12.
And I selected my team in a 12-team league. I think.
No, it's 10.
Was it 10?
I think it's 10.
10-team league.
We'll see.
So we have picked our teams. We briefly last week talked about strategies and approaches. Did you follow your strategy of not taking a quarterback until the final round?
I did, like I always do. I've never had a big name guy lead my squad.
All right, so who is leading?
No Rodgers, no Brady's, no Breeze, ever.
Outside of the quarterback from skill positions only, who is leading your squad this year, Van?
I have the recently concussed Devonta Freeman.
As your first round draft pick,
My
Devonta
first
Freeman.
pick.
So you must have been drafting late.
I was late. Yeah, I was late. 9th pick.
Serpentine?
Serpentine, yeah, snake draft.
So, but 9?
Snake draft.
9 is not so bad because if you get 9, you also get like 15 or whatever.
Yeah.
So who'd you get on the comeback?
I got Brandon Cooks. I reached up a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I'm very apprehensive of New England wide receivers that are not named Gronkowski
or Randy Moss. Last time Tom Brady had a superstar receiver, Randy Moss set a bunch of records.
Tom Brady to me is such an anomaly. There were years when Tom Brady was winning Super Bowls, specifically 2000, 2001 when he beat the St. Louis Rams.
You okay?
No, I think about it.
I'm still not over Drogon. Fantasy football.
Tom Brady is a White Walker fan.
Ooh, so that's probably accurate.
It's not cool that I said that. I take it back, Tom. You have a beautiful wife.
Tom Brady's favorite character is probably Cersei.
Tom Brady, no, not only does Tom Brady not watch Game of Thrones, he tells people he doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
Like he trolls them too.
Yeah, he's about it.
He has a line. He has a clothing line about not watching Game of Thrones.
Hey Tom, what'd you do Sunday night? Not watch Game of Thrones.
Not watch Game of Thrones, you dork.
I'm about that Williamsport. Cardinals played the Pirates.
You didn't even get to see that, huh?
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did. I watched it while we were doing the fantasy draft. I give myself a 6 out of 10, solid 6.
You never know.
I'll be competitive. I think I'm gonna limp. I'm gonna limp into the playoffs. You get in the playoffs, who knows, right?
I unfortunately cannot talk about my fantasy team because I drafted number 1, and it looks like everyone else's fantasy team in the whole world. I led with David Johnson. I'm worried about this Le'Veon Bell suspension thing. Or excuse me,
contract.
Holdout. Yeah.
Contract. Yeah.
I'm not into that.
He wants more. He deserves more money.
Well, he deserves all the money.
He's an elite guy. He needs more money.
Guys that don't go to camp come back and blow muscle. Like
he's going out there getting concussed. Like I woke up this morning, my number 1 pick, Freeman.
Yeah.
Stud.
Highest paid running back in the league.
Highest paid running back in the league. Concussed. Take him first in the draft. What's the first article I read the next morning?
Of course.
Devonta Freeman's concussed.
The guys you play league with.
He had on a helmet and everything. Still got a concussion. That's so unheard of.
Yeah,
these guys never get concussions. I finally pick a guy.
Right.
Gets concussed immediately.
His role model.
What are the odds?
Gus Frerotte.
Gus Frerotte?
Yeah.
Did he get a concussion?
He headbutted a field goal post.
Yes, I do remember that story. That's hilarious.
Might have been a wall.
Field goal post won.
Yeah. Gus Frerotte.
Overwhelmingly won.
Won or WON?
You know, Roger Federer?
Yeah.
A couple big losses in his career.
31 straight wins on grass.
I don't think that's true.
That's a fact.
I think that's another person. That's Nadal, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Nadal's the grass guy.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say that. Hey, we're talking about fantasy. Let's talk about fantasy.
Anyways, guys in your league.
We're Eskimo brothers on a player.
Who?
We both got Jameis Winston.
Love Jameis Winston.
I'm a big Jameis Winston guy this year.
Tomorrow is our Wednesday appearance of the program where we have Sebastian Noel on to preview all your APS high school athletics, specifically football. We'll do that tomorrow and much more here on The Claim.